Hello and welcome to another Behind the Brick here on TMR Studios. Today we are talking about Kungaloosh Airwaves, a fun little mini-series we did on another channel, TMR Tours. If you want, check it out. It's a little podcast that we started way back in 2019 as a small thing, just as our own little radio adventure series. And then it slowly developed into this Lego live stream kind of thing during quarantine.
Oh, terrible. Understood. Kungaloosh.
Check it out on all of your social medias as well as your podcast services. In this series, you're going to go all over the place, from the deep jungles all the way to the rivers of Africa as well as South America.
Look out! Oh. Yes, right here.
So it's a fun fantasy fiction, but you go all over doing these adventurous things, looking for treasures and artifacts. The very sound aesthetic of Kungaloosh Airwaves is taken from the Jungle Cruise Q Audio, Albert AWOL Airwaves. If you were waiting in line back in the day, you could hear this little transmission of the Survivor Skipper radio transmission being held, and that's what Kungaloosh Airwaves is kind of based on, mixed with some other things. And this allowed us to use a lot of varying jungle aesthetics, as well as things like a fan boat, alligators, crocodiles. Well, technically they're caimans, as you'll see in one of those episodes, but it was a very fun way for us to do some role-playing, adventure, as well as just get into the theater of storytelling. Like most of our adventures, it's shot at 24 frames per second, which is quite intensive. One thing you'll find watching some of these is some of those techniques we've talked about in other Behind the Bricks kind of follow over. So we use cotton pieces for the water, as well as just small pieces of brick to accentuate certain animations. One thing we did to help with the aquatic animation of the boat as well as the crocodiles or caimans was created rigs using some of the hinged Lego pieces. This way we could raise and lower and shift from side to side as needed. This created a very easy way to do that frame-by-frame animation. Utilizing clever rigs like this will help smooth out those animations so you won't be positioning all the pieces in your frame every time you want to take a picture. So this helps with the continuity of the frames as you're animating. It's a very different thing that we wanted to tackle, and of course it's something from our past, the Adventurers Club on Pleasure Island over at Downtown Disney. There's a lot of fun characters and happenings within Kungaloosh Airwaves, and it all started with Kungaloosh Airwaves, in fact. So all the brick films on TMR Studios wouldn't have happened if we didn't start doing a couple episodes of Kungaloosh Airwaves. So it all kind of evolved. It allowed us to get back into animations, some of our first being over 10 years old, if you want to check our channel right here on TMR Studios. So it allowed us to get back into it, roll up the sleeves, get our training wheels back on so we could get working, and then take those training wheels back off so we could smoothly ride and tell some stories right here on TMR Studios. Going forward, be sure to tell your own stories as well. If you have the chance, check it out on podcast services. All of them should have it. It's a few episodes. We're only going to do about 4 more to wrap up the series. So there'll be 20 episodes nicely packaged. And some of those you can even watch right here on YouTube with the Lego as well as the live action. The Kungaloosh Airwaves podcast. We will see you on another Behind the Brick here on TMR Studios, and we'll see you in pictures. I don't have a mustache to curl. Yes.